Hey everybody! Hi, Abby Ashley here, Virtual Savvy. I am crazy excited for today's webinar. It's going to be awesome. This is the Make Bank webinar, and it is a really, really awesome training. I'm going to be giving you some very practical ways that you can start offering high-end services and going after dream clients. Here's what I want you guys to do. I know a few of you are already talking in the chat. I'm actually going to pull up my chat here. I want you to tell me where you're from. I want to know who we're representing. Okay, literally today I have been in 3 states. I was in Boston this morning, and then I had a layover in Chicago, and now I'm coming at you from Missouri with a webinar. So it's a little crazy. That's where I'm wearing my does typing count as cardio shirt. Being comfy today. So yes, let me know where you're from, and if it's Illinois, Massachusetts, or Missouri, where we were in the same state today. Okay, let me make sure I've got my chat pulled up here. One moment, so that way I can see everything that you guys are saying. And this gives us, I usually like to wait a minute or two to make sure everybody has jumped on. Here we go. Good that you can all hear me because you are responding. Wow, this is awesome. We already have almost 100 people join the webinar. We have Karen here and Jenna, Caroline from Canada. Awesome. Amy from Minnesota. Did I say it right? It's the only way to say it, right? Minnesota. My big, go get my boat. I'm really bad at accents. Rhonda from St. Louis. Hey. Yeah, my Missouri girls. I want to do something in St. Louis sometime. It's only like a few hours away from where I'm at, and I think it'd be really fun just to hang out. Barb from Phoenix, Christine from Virginia. I lived in Virginia last year. Awesome. We're going back there, actually. Maybe you'll do like a DC meetup or something. That would be fun. I'm going there in July. Ava from Oklahoma. I lived in Oklahoma last year too. You guys know my life's been crazy. Awesome. Well, I'm so excited, you guys, that you're all helping. Maricela from Costa Rica. I lived in Costa Rica for 4 months too. I've lived too many places. I've moved 27 times in my life. That's why we just bought a house. We just bought our first house, and I'm literally like, I'm never moving again. I just want to live here forever. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. Yeah, we've got a ton of people already joining us. So let's just go ahead and jump right in. Just so you guys know, these trainings, anytime I do a webinar training, I really, really love to get interaction from you guys. So make sure that you are in the chat. Make sure that you're talking with me. If for some reason I don't answer a question, you'll get a chance at the end to ask questions as well. And I just want this to be interactive, and I want it to be really, really informative as well. So I've got a jam-packed training here for you. I know that you are going to love it. So let's just jump right in. Okay, guys? Awesome. So I'm going to share my screen with you here quick. It's going to look a little funky. Let's do this. All right. Where are we at here? Can everybody see my screen? Here we go. Here's our Make Bank webinar. And let's go ahead and make this full screen. All right. Let me know in the chat. Make sure that everybody can see this. Okay. Awesome. We can all see it. All right, let's do this. This is the Make Bank as a virtual assistant by offering high-end services. And I really love this training. I've given it, I think, twice before. I love this training in particular because it's really, really great for people who are, whether you're just starting out in your virtual assistant business and you want to have a forward look of, okay, what high-end services could I offer eventually in the future? But it's also really good for people who, maybe you have 1 or 2 clients and you're really looking to scale and you're saying, okay, what is next? I started off by offering like general admin services, but I don't really know what to do next and how to get high-end clients that actually want those services. So that's what we're going to be talking about here today. So I'd love to know in the chat, I'm not sure if we asked this question yet, kind of where you're at. Are you more someone who is a current virtual assistant? Are you aspiring to be one? Have you been a VA for a while and you're looking to up level? I'd love to hear just in the chat who, like I said, this is very interactive. So I'd love to hear in the chat just, who am I talking with today? Kind of where are you at in this whole journey? My promise to you, I always like to make a promise at the beginning of every single one of my workshops, and I want you to leave here with more information than you came in with. I'm going to be giving you 5 practical ways to up-level your services, and each one of them are things that you can take action with today. So I like to give really, really practical solutions for you guys, and so I hope that you leave here today with an action item with, okay, this is what I'm going to do today to at least start the process to up-leveling my services. All right. So of course I say put away all distractions just because these trainings really do work best if you grab a notebook, take screenshots throughout. I always do that during webinars. Take screenshots. This training will not, it's only going to be available till Monday. I'm going to take down this training because I want to make sure that you guys actually watch it. And I know me, I'll like, oh yeah, I'm going to watch that webinar. And then I never actually do it. So if you're sitting here right now and you're listening to this, and you're not on a replay, just go ahead and take the time now because trust me, one, the webinar is going to go away. And I know myself, sometimes I just never get around to that. Yep. All right. So this webinar is put on by Savvy Tech. So this is me and Rhonda. If you don't know Rhonda Melody, she is awesome. She is my partner with Savvy Tech, and we are presenting this webinar here for you today. So let's just jump right in. This is how most of us start our VA business. We find out what a virtual assistant is. We're like, oh, I could make money online? What? Like, what is this thing? And at least for me, like as soon as I heard what a VA was, I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm like, that is 100%. Like, I didn't know I could make money that way. And I wanted to jump in right away. And so normally, and this is actually what I advise for people to do, is that we start off offering the services that we already know how to do, right? So maybe you had something from a previous job that you learned how to manage somebody's Facebook page, or maybe you did Instagram for somebody's business, or, maybe you're just like, I can do customer service emails, and that's awesome. But we usually start off with something that we know, and we start getting clients, which is awesome. Or maybe we struggle with clients, that happens too. But either way, we start getting further and further into the business, but you reach a ceiling. You start to bring on clients and we get so busy working for other people's businesses that we kind of stop working on our own. We kind of stop doing self-development and seeing how we can raise our rates, grow our business, and we kind of just get stuck in that kind of a rut. So that's why I wanted to do a training like this, because I wanted to show you how you could land high-end clients, even if you don't have a website yet, and without any special certifications. I think that's another common misconception, is that people think like, oh, I'm going to have to go to college for this, or I'm going to have to get all these special certifications and things, which isn't necessarily true. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. These are 5 steps to creating high value offers and selling them to your dream clients. You guys, I love that you guys are already getting so much feedback here. Samantha says, I always find it hard to work on my own business when I have client work. I know it's true. It's one of those traps that we get into, is we just work so hard on other people's businesses that we forget about self-development and developing our own skills and marketing our own business more beyond that point. Or we're like, I'm at capacity. I can't market more because we haven't built in a way to scale. Let's talk about that. So these are the 5 steps we're going to be going over. 1, choosing a niche or niche, whatever you like to say. I say niche. I'm from Missouri. Devour your subject identify your dream client. I'm really excited for that one. This goes into how do I actually get people to pay me what I'm worth for these high-end services. Create your proposal, and don't ask for the sale. That is a fun little juicy one that we'll get to at the end, and I show you actually how do you go after your dream client? How do you stand out to get them to notice you? That's what we're going to be talking about here today. Awesome. So step number 1, choose a niche or a niche. So how many of you guys would already say that you have a niche? So a niche could be, really a niche is a way that you narrow down your services. You don't have to do this in the beginning. If you want to offer any kind of service to any kind of business owners just so you can get a couple clients at first, I'm totally down with that. But we're talking about up leveling, right? Like, what do we do next? And one of the main things you can do to be able to charge more is to choose a more specific niche. That could be by industry, that could be by service. So here's a little exercise that I've come up with to help you really discover what your niche could be. So I'm just going to go over each one of these columns real quick. If you guys have pen and paper, this would be awesome for you just to like kind of jot this down. If you're watching the replay, you can like pause it and like fill this out as we go. There will be a replay of this. But so here's what each one of these boxes mean. We have interest, experience, characteristics, right? So here's what I want you to do. In the interest column, we're going to write, what are you interested in? Really, Abby? That's pretty obvious. What are you passionate about? Okay, so here's how this starts to go in relation to our business though, okay? I really want you to write down anything here. I don't even really care so much if right away you think it relates to your business or not, okay? Because this could be the thing that drives you in your business. Maybe if you're like, man, I'm super passionate about like foster care or so, it's just something that like lights me up inside. Well, then maybe that's like a part of your business. Maybe you can donate a percentage of profits to like a local foster care organization, or you know what I mean? Like, obviously that's not necessarily in your niche, but I think that just going ahead and like writing down the things that interest you, the things that light you up inside, like what are you passionate about, what gets you excited? And I definitely go, try to think of things in relation to a niche as well. So like, I'm really passionate about photography. Okay. Maybe you could do services just for photographers, right? I'm really interested in, I find myself like constantly reading stuff about Facebook ads, or I'm like always looking up stuff about like how to be better at Pinterest, and like what are the Google articles that are like saved on your phone or that you find yourself like always clicking on to read more about. Okay, those are your interests. And I think that it's important to differentiate between the interest and the experience category, because you may be really interested in learning something that you don't necessarily have experience in, right? So maybe you are like, man, I am like devouring all this content on how to grow an Instagram following, or I'm like super, super like just interested and like passionate about, like the wedding industry or something like that, but I don't really have experience in it. That's okay. Put it in this column. Which in the same way, the experience column, what have you studied? What do you have experience doing? I think that it's really good to list out different skills that you have. And these can be things that maybe you're super passionate about, or maybe you're not, and that's okay. But you're like, these are the things that, these are just skills that I have. Passionate or not, I know how to design websites, or, if it wakes me up and drives me every morning or not, I can design a logo. What are some of the things that you do have experience in? Customer service. I was an admin. I helped plan events in my high school, whatever it is. What are some of the things that you do have experience in? Okay. Okay, you guys figured out how to do full screen. Good. And then characteristics. So that's the third column. And I really like this one as well, because this is just another way to possibly niche down your services, is what are specific traits about yourself generally. A lot of times, no, not all the time, a lot of times we like to work with people who are like us, right? Because you can connect with them on a level that's beyond business. So for instance, maybe you're a mom and you like to work with other moms. That's cool. Put that down, or this could be like, I live in Missouri. I live in Springfield, Missouri. Well, maybe I want to work with people just locally. And that's like a commonality that we could have. So there's a lot of different characteristics about yourself. These could be personality traits. Maybe there's like a certain personality type that you really, really want to work with. Like highly driven people, or, what are some characteristics about yourself? Okay, so these are the 3 different categories, and I want you to list out, and this may be a project that you need to set aside like an hour or so to actually sit down and do. But here's what I love about this project specifically. It's a way for you to sit down and really do some self-evaluation. Like, am I really aligned with the things that I love doing in my business? Maybe there's something that I could offer that I hadn't really thought of before. Maybe there's a way to niche down by, I'm already offering all these general virtual assistant services, but man, I'm really, really interested in photography. Maybe I could just offer these services to photographers, and so that's what I want you to do. After you have these columns completely filled out, mix and match. Okay. So that doesn't mean that you have to pick one from each category. It doesn't mean that you have to do all the things listed here. Probably you don't want to do all the things listed here, but this is when you get to start having some fun. So maybe you're like, man, maybe I just want to work with one of my interests is I love to bake. Well, and one of my characteristics is I live in Springfield, Missouri. Maybe I only want to work with bakeries and restaurants in Springfield, Missouri. Man, and maybe your experience is that you can build websites. You can make a killing doing local websites for restaurants and bakeries inside of, just where you live. And going to these places individually and doing a pre-formatted website for them, and that you just have to plug it in. I mean, that's a very scalable thing that could be a high-end offer, right? And so that's why I'd like for you to do this, because it's really vast what you could do. I'd love to hear in the comments if some of you are kind of doing this project as we go along. If there's anything that's I'm already kind of thinking this could be a fun one, or even a funny one that you have. I like to hear those too. So this is what you do. You mix and match, and you start discovering through just some self-introspection, what are some things that maybe I don't have experience in, but man, this could be a really high-end service eventually, that I could have. I'm interested in it. So it's going to be something that I pursue learning. I would love to learn how to help people with course launches, or I'd love to help people with Facebook ads or sales funnels, or, a service specific thing that you're man, I don't know how to do this now, but I would love to do it. Or maybe it's industry specific. Man, I'd love to eventually only work with these type of business owners. And then, so what I recommend, and this is kind of for everyone, right? And I usually say, make sure this is somewhere on the homepage of your website. You let people know, and this is when you've chosen your niche. I am blank. I provide blank for blank so they can blank, right? If you already know what yours is, if you have a specific niche, I'd love to hear in the comments. So I am Abby Ashley. I provide website design for photographers so they can focus on taking pictures, bringing light into the world by taking pictures, or something like that, right? It's a really great way to communicate. This is who I am, this is what I do, and this is who I do it for. This is your mission statement. And the more specific you can get in this, you generally can charge more. It's not always across the board that you can charge more for those things. But again, the more specific, because if you are, man, I provide these services for real estate agents, okay? It starts to make you more of a specialist in something, because you are attending more and more to their specific needs, which is why you can generally raise your rates, okay? So I would love to hear if any of you guys already have some of those. All right, let's just move on, but still be commenting. I want to hear in the chat if you guys have your I am blank, I provide blank so they can blank, right? Okay, let's move on to number 2. So the second way, again, these are how you create high value offers. The first is to choose a specific niche. So narrowing down either by service or industry or both. Second would be to devour your subject. Okay. So this is that place where if you said, man, I am like constantly reading things about sales funnel, but I have never done a sales funnel in my life. Or, I'm constantly reading about Facebook ads or Instagram or whatever. But I've never actually done it. Okay. Well, this is the time where you do devour your subject. And in my opinion, an online course is the fastest way to become an expert in a specific field. So I have a master's degree. I'm getting like more and more adverse to, to like the way education is ran here in the US. I won't go off on my soapbox, but it's like people pay so much money and they don't leave with that much information. Obviously, you have to go to college if you want to be like a doctor, all of those things. I won't go too far into this, but like I hear people and they're like, I'm going to go to school for like graphic design. And I'm like, oh my gosh, just take an online course. You can learn this like so much faster. Some of the best choices I've ever made were to take specific courses to grow my business because you're learning straight from the individual who has done that thing successfully, right? And it's very, very pointed. It's very result specific, which is why I really, really love online courses. It's just my personal opinion. There are other ways to learn things, but that's one of my favorites. So in devouring your subject, don't find time. You're going to have to make time, right? And this is kind of what we were talking about earlier about how we start to get so busy with client work or with just other things in our lives. Maybe we don't even have clients yet. But if you want this business to be successful, you're going to have to make time for it. You're going to have time set aside, devoted, especially to the personal growth and marketing of your own business. So if you find yourself working, if you have 8 hours a day to work, if you have 3 hours a day to work, let's say you have 4 hours a day to work and you find yourself doing like 4 to 4.5 hours a day of client work. Well, it may be time for you to figure out, how do I make more time in my schedule? Maybe I'm going to have to wake up earlier. Maybe I'm going to have to work through nap time. I'm going to have to work through my lunch. Maybe it means that I'm going to have to work on the weekends, or I'm going to have to do a babysitting swap one night with a friend. How am I going to make consistent, devoted time in my schedule, especially for self-development and marketing? Okay. Those are the things that should always be happening in our business. They're the two things that are going to make our business grow the most, right? Is self-development, getting better at our skills, taking online courses, things like that. And then marketing. Those are the two ways our businesses are going to grow, but they're the first things to drop off when we start to get busy, right? Anybody? So you're going to have that devoted, maybe it's, an hour a day, maybe it's 1 4-hour chunk once a week. However you decide to do it, make sure that there's some time for self-development in your schedule. Ooh, let's read some of these comments just before we go on to step 3. So we have, sometimes the names are like funny. They don't like actually show your real names. So we have somebody whose niche is the metaphysical, like for crystal shops, apothecary, etc. We have Bethany. I'm Bethany. I provide business strategy and online business management for life coaches so they can thrive professionally and personally. Ooh, dang, doesn't that sound good? And it's like, man, she's so specific, right? Like I do online business management for life coaches. It's really, really specific. And the more specific you can get with who you offer your services to, the more you can come to understand their individual needs and eventually charge more, right? I'm a VA for homeschool bloggers and brands. Ooh, I love that. Here we go. Video and podcast editing. Podcast editing is hot right now. I love that. So great. Sometimes I agree. I've learned more useful info from online courses in college. Legit. I have a bachelor's in marketing and a master's in organizational leadership, and most of the marketing and management I've learned is just through courses I've taken online. Awesome. Okay. So step number 3. So we have discovered our niche. We have devoured our subject, right? We're slowly becoming a subject matter expert in one specific thing. Now what we want to do is we want to identify our dream client, okay? And maybe as you're becoming a subject matter expert, it may be good for you to work with some people that aren't necessarily your dream clients, and that's okay. Like the really, really high end, maybe you want to get some experience and offer those services to some people at a lower rate. Don't work for free, but maybe do it at a lower rate just so you can get some experience under your belt. You can really work with people, do swaps. I love doing swaps with people where like, hey, I'll help grow this for you. Like, hey, you're learning Instagram and I'm learning Pinterest. Why don't I work on your Pinterest and you work on my Instagram, or whatever, vice versa. But then what we want to do, again, this is how we create those high value offers. We want to identify our dream clients. Now, a dream client is much different than an ideal client. A lot of times people will be like, let's come up with your ideal client, and we'll like, what shoes do they like? And what lipstick do they wear? And what music do they listen to? And that's cool. That never really helped me very much. Maybe I'm just like way too practical, but I'm like, no, I want names. Like who are like literally like, who are the bloggers that I'm following? What are the websites that I'm reading? What are the Facebook groups I'm in, and who owns those Facebook groups? Like I like legit want to find the people that are the top players in their industry, and I want to work for them because generally they're the people who can spend more money because they want somebody who is, again, a specialist in the things that they offer. So here's 3 questions to ask if you're kind of like, okay, who would my dream clients be? The specific names of people, right? Again, who's doing work that you respect? These could be the blogs that you're reading, the podcasts that you're listening to, the Facebook groups that you're really, really into. And you're just like, man, wouldn't it be cool? Like, have you guys ever thought of that? Like, I'm sure you guys a lot of you are kind of in the online space and you're listening to stuff, you're consuming information. Like, have you ever thought like, man, I wonder if I could work for that person? Like, I think some of us just disqualify ourselves right away. But if you really resonate with them and you're able to catch a need in their business, that could end up being a really awesome job for you. Who are you already connected to? This is really great if you already do have, and that doesn't apply to everybody, but if you already have some connections to some people, that could be a really good way to open the door to working with someone that you really respect. And then search it. So let me just show you really quickly what I mean by search it. So if you're having trouble coming up with a few names of potential dream clients that you could pitch, then here's a couple of things that you can do. Good old Google. I love Google. I like to call myself the Google Queen. I should make a t-shirt that says Google Queen. So top blank bloggers. Okay. So like, if you're like, man, it'd be really cool to work with food bloggers or homeschool bloggers. I think somebody put that in the comments. Or I'm really into fitness. Maybe like health and fitness was one of the things that you put in your interest, and you're like, how is that going to relate to my VA business? Maybe you could work with health and fitness bloggers or with, like online fitness coaches, things like that. So who are the top people in those industry? Well, a lot of times you can just Google. So like, if you're really into yoga and you can put in top yoga bloggers, and already I'm getting, okay, here's 100 yoga blogs in 2012, right? So who are these people? Who are the top people in their industry? And I've noticed that if a blog has a lot of traffic, now not everybody does a great job of monetizing, but usually the top blogs in a particular industry are making some kind of money in their business because they're a top blog for a reason. They're probably putting out a lot of content. It costs money to do all of that content. And at that point, usually people are starting to make money. Another great tool is BuzzSumo. Has anybody ever used BuzzSumo before? There's a paid version, but you can use their free version to do some searching as well. So everything I'm showing you right here is all on their free version. So if you go to BuzzSumo, and again, let's say maybe I'm really into like the health industry, I'm going to just type in healthy recipes. So this is like topics that maybe you've said that you've enjoyed. So who are the top bloggers for healthy recipes? Well, we have 10 healthy chicken recipes in a pressure cooker, oatmeal breakfast cups. Okay. That's not as important what they're talking about, but look at who is writing these. Okay. So we have The Creative Bite, She Likes Food, Listotic, and besttoeat.com. Okay. So each one of these websites look at the traffic that these people are getting. Look at the Pinterest shares. Look at the Facebook engagements that these people are getting, okay? And again, not always, but a lot of times, people who have a high traffic blog are people who are starting to make some money in their business, and they're the people that are needing some help too, okay? This is a really, really good way to start to identify some dream clients if you have a really specific niche that you've decided on. Okay, you guys liking this so far? And again, what I'm showing you right now, this is literally what I did to land my dream client. A couple years into my business, I started out offering general services, kind of services to everyone. And I realized that I really loved working for like the marketers, like I really liked working for, I was reading all the time, like Seth Godin and Femtrepreneur and Brian Harris's blog and like all these different people, Amy Porterfield. I loved like those online marketing path plan people. I was just consuming myself with those content. I was like, what if I could work for one of those people? And this is actually the strategy that I'm going to put here on step 4 is actually a strategy that Brian Harris from Video Fruit. It's one of his strategies. So this is like not original to me. I will give him full credit for this strategy, but I actually used it on him and got a job with him. I worked for him for like over a year until I started, until this business grew so much, creating courses myself that I ended up not being able to work for him anymore. But so I use this specific methodology to literally land my dream client. So create your proposal. Let's see what that looks like. So value first, right? If you've heard any of my webinars before, you've probably heard me talk about this, but my value first mentality is the best thing that I can say in order to get in the gate to these dream clients, right? So for me, that looked like what I did personally. I'll like literally tell you what I did. I went to the Video Fruit blog. I wanted to work for Brian Harris. I'm like, this is what I'm going to do. And so I went to his blog and I was like, what could I do to like really stand out to him? And so I saw that he had some opt-ins on his site that weren't like, really, really, like he had some blogs that just had kind of generic opt-ins. Like, what if I could create a really specific opt-in for this, for him? And I decided for one of his blogs to literally create an online course for him. So I took the blog and like took the subject and just went further and created a course for him. He actually ended up going on to like use that course and sell that course. Like we developed it even further. But so like that was how I got the foot in the door. Okay. So you don't have to do that specific thing, but every single one of your dream clients most likely has some kind of a VA or someone answering their emails already. And so your job is to get past that person, right? You get past the gatekeeper in a sense. And how you do that is by offering some crazy value up front. So these are your dream clients. And so maybe you pitch one of these a week, okay? Because it may take you a couple of days to come up with this proposal. But the way that we do it is we come up with something. This could be you doing a full detailed like SEO audit, and you do like a 10-minute video going through and combing through their site and talking about how we could improve their SEO. This could be like you're writing 100 Twitter, 100 tweets, and you're like, hey, I just wanted to pre-write 100 tweets for you if you want to eventually do someone's social media, things like that. Okay. It's a way to think outside of the box, and we do value first. I never recommend working for free for somebody. If someone's like, hey, I want to hire you, but not pay you any money, I'm not for that. However, giving value first before it's asked for, I am up for that, because that's what really, really makes a difference. So again, here's some different ideas. You can do a PDF outline. You can design something for them. You could show them like step by step. Here's not what I do for everyone. Here's what I specifically would do for you and your business. Done for you first step. So maybe, like the online course. I didn't create an entire online course for him. what I did is I like created the general outline. I did the modules. I actually put them in like a Teachable account. I did the modules. I like created a few little cute graphics and I wrote like the first 2 lessons. Okay. So it gave him the idea of like, okay, this is something I could eventually do for you. And here are the first done for you steps. If somebody start, you think someone's talked about starting a podcast, but you've noticed they haven't done it yet. And maybe you want to edit their podcast and you can also do some kind of like graphics. Maybe you could like do a podcast cover for them and just give it to them, right? Just a way, again, what you end up doing for them may end up being totally different, but just the idea of giving them some kind of value up front is what's important, right? Personalized video. You guys all know I love use Loom, useloom.com. I use Loom all the time, Loom, to record on-screen videos where they can see my face and I'll walk through, I'll introduce myself. It's one of my favorite ways to get clients. Are you guys enjoying this so far? Are these tips helpful? This is the last tip for getting high value clients. And let's just jump right into it. And so you guys might be thinking, okay, don't ask for the sale. That does not sound like a good idea. So here's what I mean by that. In this very first outreach, right? So you have broken down your niche. You're like, man, I want to do Instagram management for like mom bloggers. Okay. Really good niche, by the way. I want to do Instagram management for mom bloggers. So I've identified my specific niche. I've devoured my subject. I've learned everything there is to learn about Instagram. I've taken an online course. I feel really, really confident in my ability to grow somebody's Instagram account. I'm going to identify my dream clients. I've listed out 10 mommy bloggers that have like zero, or very, very inconsistent postings on Instagram, right? So I've come up with some of my dream clients who could actually use that service. I've come up with a proposal. Maybe I've went ahead and I've created 10 custom Instagram posts for them. Now, what do? You send it to them, right? If you need help finding somebody's email, a lot of times what I'll do, a lot of times their email will be on their website, but what you can do, like a little workaround, is you can subscribe for their opt-in. So if they have like a free PDF guide or a free checklist, if they don't list an email on their site, you can download that. And usually whatever email that comes from is a way that you can like hit reply and get the email address for your potential dream client. It's crazy how many clients, when they first sign up for their emails, use like their specific email. It's not even like the hello at or the support at. A lot of times they use like their individual name. And so it goes straight to the person. But don't ask for the sale. So what does that mean? You let your value do the talking. I generally like to start out my pitches like this. I will give an introduction, a brief introduction. You do not want to talk paragraphs and paragraphs about yourself. Again, let your value do the talking. If you go in and you talk about how amazing you are from the very beginning, they're going to get really bored. People don't like to just hear other people talk about themselves, especially strangers. So just do a brief intro. Hey, blah, blah, blah. I'm Abby Ashley. I'm a VA for mommy bloggers. I do Instagram management for mommy bloggers. Then you go into some praise, right? I just have to say, I freaking love your blog. I visit it almost every single day. This article in particular, made a huge difference in my life and my family. And I just want to thank you for that. Talk about how awesome they are, right? It shows them that you genuinely do follow them. These are your dream clients. These are people that you generally are getting things, maybe a result that you've gotten from something that you've learned from them, right? And then you say, hey, like I said, I'm an Instagram manager for mommy bloggers. I just thought I'd go ahead. I noticed that you don't have much of an Instagram following or that you don't post very often on Instagram. I went ahead and just made 5 graphics for you to use. Or I made this list of 100 hashtags that you could use to grow your Instagram. I hope you enjoy, right? And just send it to them. Okay. Because it's so guys, this catches people off guard. I am telling you, if you're wanting a way to get past the gatekeepers, this is how you do it. This is 100% how it's done. And here's what's going to happen. Maybe they don't, I'll go into those in a second. Maybe they don't end up hiring you right away, but I guarantee you the next time one of their mommy blogger friends is like, man, I really want to do better on Instagram, who's going to come up in their head? Or when they are ready for that in your business, again, you're going to be known as the go-to person in this, because likely they don't know another person who even does this, right? You'd be surprised how few connections, really popular, especially like bloggers. A lot of times they don't have a lot of connections to good quality help for their business. So you instantly, even if it's not the right time now, you've still gotten an introduction to this person. They may need you later, or their friends may need you later. So this is one of the best ways. So let me just do some examples of high value offers, right? This sounds good. However, emailing someone this information without them asking for it is like spam. No, this is different. This is not spam. Would be you collecting a bunch of emails and you sending out a mass email to a ton of people like, hey, here's my services, da, 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 da. You're not adding them to an email list. That's not what we do here. You're simply finding someone's email and sending them a like, hey, you're awesome. I'm giving you something for free. Okay. It's much, much different. There's nothing, every person I've ever done this for has done nothing but value it and thank me for it. Okay. So I would love to hear if any of you guys have actually tried this before. I know, but this is one of the things that we teach our VA boot campers how to do. And guys, it really, really, really works. Okay. And if nothing else, you end up like becoming friends with, again, I like for this to be very natural. Give them compliments. Just let it be a like, hey, you're freaking awesome. And I made this for you. Okay. Some examples of high value offers. This is Catherine. She's amazing. You guys might have, we've had her do some guest stuff for us before. She's a Pinterest manager. She charges $600 a month to her clients to manage their Pinterest accounts, right? This is a high-end service. She worked up to this rate, but she chose a very specific niche. She really, really got good at her skill, and she started working with dream clients, okay? Here is Jessica Wallman. Same thing. She does Facebook ads. And so she has been able to scale her business by choosing a really, really specific niche to work in. She charges $1,600 a month for her monthly retainer. Here's Lila. Now this definitely would not be me because I'm not like a branding person, but if you can do branding, logos, those kinds of things, consider putting it into a high value package. And then that way if you get faster at your job, you're not getting penalized for getting faster, right? So here are these are just a couple examples of people who have taken something, a very specific niche, gotten really, really good at it, and then created a high value offer. Okay. Sorry, I was starting to read the comments. I'm going to do that first real quick. All you need is a blog link or other information, and it'll find the email associated. Yeah, usually finding hunter.io to find email addresses. Yep, those are all really, really good. This is good stuff. So helpful. Perfect timing. I'm in the midst of trying to create a proposal. Yay! All right, cool. So I'm so glad that you guys are enjoying this. I mean, my guarantee for you guys today is that you leave with something like an action item, and I really, really hope that you've done that. Now, if you guys think that it would be beneficial to add high value offers to your services, then you want to take the next step. That is where I want to present one thing to you quickly, because I know that this is where we actually get stuck. Okay, let me know in the chat if this is any of you. I don't know what service to offer, right? We've done this niche workbook, but we're like, oh man, I don't even know what I could be good at. I don't even know what I'm really interested in. Maybe you haven't been a VA long enough to really know, man, what services could I excel at? What all is even out there? What are people hiring for? Courses are too expensive. Anybody? I mean, I literally was talking to somebody the other day who spent $700 on a Facebook ads course. And it's just like, that's awesome. She's really, really great at Facebook ads now. but it was $700. And that's a lot. And so, especially if we're still kind of figuring out what we want to be doing, courses are really expensive generally in order to do that. I need support. Yep. So a lot of times, this is especially if you're just starting to like, man, I'm gonna Google, right? I'm going to like just Google how to become an expert at this, or I'm gonna read all these blogs. That's good to do, but information changes all the time. Tech changes all the time. So a lot of times we need the support of just like, am I doing this right? You know, is this the right way to set this up? Which is really, really great peace of mind, especially when we're working for other clients. And that's why we are doing a Memorial Day special of Savvy Tech. So we're going to do some Q&A here in a little bit because I want to make sure to answer everybody's questions. It's one of the things that I like to do live on these calls. But I want to talk to you a little bit very briefly about our Savvy Tech course. Have you guys, do we have any Savvy Techers in chat already, or anybody that, have you heard of Savvy Tech already? This is our monthly tech membership site for virtual assistants, okay? There's nothing else like this on the market. No more confusion on what services are high demand. No more $300 plus courses to teach you just one skill. This is our tech training lab. So literally we have over 25 courses in this tech lab, and we add a brand new one every single month. This is our tech training exclusively for virtual assistants to learn high-level skills for those who are ready to take action to find higher paying clients. So I'm literally going to list out the courses that we have already. We have branding and design, ConvertKit, Canva, course creation. That's literally how my step-by-step process to creating a course that now, I mean, last year made like $275,000 just from that one course. And I literally go through my entire course creation process. So if you want to become a course creator or help course creators, it's a really, really valuable lesson to do that. Debsato, Facebook ads, Facebook management. So that's like more like page management. Lead pages, Infusionsoft. I know someone who they learned Infusionsoft and instantly was able to get a job paying $60 an hour. People pay for Infusionsoft services. Messenger bots, Pinterest management, Entreport, SEO, Teachable, Trello, Thinkific, Webinar. We actually just added Squarespace, and we are adding WordPress next week and next month. Again, we add a course, at least one course every month. So we are adding Instagram management. Yay! I'm so excited for that one. And Instagram management and Tailwind next month. So these are the courses that are preloaded into the lab. Again, you get instant access to all of these courses, plus you get the new course every single month. Over $5,000 worth of content already in this lab. But again, the value really only increases every single month with every new course that we buy or that we put in there. Who is right for Savvy Tech? VAs who are just starting out, anyone stuck knowing what to offer next, if you're ready to add higher level skills to your admin offerings, creative entrepreneurs who want to learn new tech in their business, and anyone ready to put in real effort and get real results. This is quick tech trainings, right? So this is, you go in, you learn the tech, and you're able to work. What I really love this for is to be a back pocket resource. Again, it's a business expense for VAs, and it's a back pocket resource. So if you're working with a client and they're like, oh, do you know ConvertKit? You can be like, I have not done ConvertKit, but I am taking a course in it. And then you can come in and you can take the ConvertKit course over the weekend and be ready to help your client out. You do get our access to our membership lab. Again, like we said, that accountability and just the ability to ask questions like, is this right? Am I doing this right? That's what our tech lab is for. We also do live trainings inside of this tech lab. And we have even more gifts. So we have a lot that comes with this as well, right? So our first bonus, and these are bonuses that we have until May 28th. So until Monday, May 28th. So if you're watching this live or in the replay, there's a couple of quick bonuses that we are doing. So Rhonda Melogi, who is the Melogi, sorry, I always say her name wrong. Rhonda is my partner with Savvy Tech, as I mentioned. She is, if you guys love Rhonda, oh my gosh, I love Rhonda so much. She is brilliant when it comes to tech, and she's such a quality teacher. She knows how to break down complicated issues really, really simply, right? And she's doing a Systems for Success live masterclass. And this is basically how to systematize our business for future growth, right? So if you feel like you're all over the place, you feel like you don't have time to actually scale, that's what we're going to be covering in this live masterclass. So you all are going to get access to. We also have our 10K interview series. So I personally went and interviewed 10 service-based providers who are making $10,000 or more per month in their business. And I interviewed, these are all about an hour long. So you have about 8 hours worth of content. You have like a plane ride or a road trip coming up. It's really good to listen to these interviews. And it's literally how people scaled their service-based business from 0 to 10K months. Okay. So you're going to get access to all of those, but only this weekend through the end of Memorial Day. All right. We have more free gifts as well. I really want you guys to succeed. So this does cover the tech end, but we do also include our nail the sale training, which is how to nail that discovery call. So you get the attention of that high-end client. They want to book a discovery call. What do I do now? This is our step-by-step guide on how to actually land that discovery call, how to, what questions to ask, how to facilitate it. We have like a step-by-step process that you can use for your discovery calls, as well as our mock portfolio template. And this is something that if you don't have a website yet, you can go ahead and display your services inside of a mock portfolio. And that is the template that we give you. Rachel says, today I had to contact a few prospective students. I wanted to update my portfolio with some work I've done this year. I was also able to update my pricing because due to my experience and the new skills I've acquired, yay, Savvy Tech, I've raised my prices. I love it. So everything you get here, you get the 25 plus courses, a new course added every single month, our 10K interview series, the Systems for Success live masterclass, our Nail the Sale training, our virtual assistant mock portfolio. We have 2 monthly live trainings inside of the group where you can ask us questions, and we do a course launch with usually a member. So like when we launched our Teachable course, we had someone from Teachable come and you could ask them questions specifically. We've had Entreport come and you can ask someone who actually works at Entreport questions about their program, right? As well as, of course, access to our membership community. It's $47 a month, guys, or $497 for the entire year. You do save a little if you do the year, but I understand a lot of people do opt for that monthly option as well. It is a business expense for your business. It's much cheaper than spending $300 a month for $300 for each one of these courses individually. And I do want to note, for our first 15 students, we'll get an additional $10 off using the coupon code Memorial Day 2018. So if you go and you put in that code Memorial Day 2018 and it works, that means you're one of the first 15 students. If you're watching a replay, you may not be able to actually get that $10 off coupon. So try it. The first 15 students will get that fast action bonus. Again, these bonuses are happening through the end of the day on Monday through Memorial Day. So just think about this. How much could one dream client change your business? Guys, it was a legit game changer for me when I started working for a dream client. I was able to double my hourly rate when I landed this dream client. I was able to use the skills that I really loved. And I learned so much working for someone that was my dream client. And I actually just really enjoyed my work, right? Because it was somebody who I really, really respected. I really loved working for their business. How much could that change your business? There's just a few more quotes and then we're going to go into some Q&A. Chris says, pure gold. I spent 3 hours learning from Rhonda all about SEO. So that's search engine optimization. Amazing. I've had my own online business for a year, not in the VA realm. And I must admit, I wasn't doing a lot of things correctly. You guys did a superb job. The Savvy Tech Lab is brilliant. I'm so grateful for this resource, your team and the community. Deanna says, I'm a member of Savvy Tech and totally love it because there are so many mad skills I can learn all in one place. I highly recommend Savvy Tech. You won't find better training. It's my fave program like ever. I love this. All right, guys, that's all I really wanted to present to you. If you are up for this, there is a link below this video. You can use that coupon code Memorial Day 2018 to get $10 off. And that is good for the first 15 people who purchase during this sale. These extra bonuses, the 10K interview series and the Systems for Success Live Masterclass, those you'll be able to get if you order anytime before 11:59 p.m. Central Time on Monday the 28th. We do have a lifetime access. We basically put this up here because people were asking for it. They're like, I'm Savvy Tech sold. How do I just get lifetime access to this so I don't have to pay that monthly, that $47 a month? So we do have a lifetime access option as well, if that's something that you're interested in. So again, there's a button down below this video that you can use. You can also go to thevirtualsavvy.com/savvytech. Make sure that you try the coupon code Memorial Day 2018. The first 15 people are going to get $10 off using that coupon code. Okay. So from here, you really have three options. The first, spend $200 to $500, maybe $700, like my friend just did on a Facebook ads course that teaches you just one subject. You can try to DIY your learning through YouTube videos and outdated tutorials without any real support or knowledge if those are still correct, without any feedback on the work that you're doing. And the third option is to invest in yourself and in your business with our on-demand tech library. It's awesome. I love selling this product to people because I really think it's a great value. I genuinely think that every virtual assistant should have this. I wish I had it when I was first starting out. You can get started for just $47 if you use that coupon code, $37 at thevirtualsavvy.com/savvytech. There's that coupon code one more time. So let's do this. Let's go into some questions, okay? Because that's one of the things that I love being able to do live is do some Q&A time. So this can be about landing high-end clients. It can be about Savvy Tech specifically. Anything that you want to pick my brain about, this is the time to ask. I haven't looked at my chat here for a while, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to refresh here so I make sure I get all of your questions. All righty. Let's see. I'm a member of Savvy Tech, just joined yesterday. Yay. I see Jordan, her business is impressive. Yeah, so Jordan Gill is one of the people that I interviewed for that 10K interview series. That girl, she now charges, I think, like $8,000 per package. It's insane. She's awesome. We have Catherine Morehouse is one of the people I interviewed. She's a Pinterest manager. We have Lila Higgins, who does branding and is amazing at it. Jessica Wallman, who does Facebook ads. So really a wide variety of people that I interviewed for that 10K interview series. Honestly, they're all friends of mine. And they're people that I just picked their brain and they just gave me the raw, real information of like, how the heck did you scale to 10K months? Guys, those interviews are phenomenal. My mind was blown. So you definitely want to grab those bonuses. Let's see. I love Savvy Tech. Okay. I just joined. Yay. I've been considering it. I'm in Savvy Tech. Yay. Oh, guys, I was going to say there's nothing wrong with community college. I went to college. I still recommend people go to college. I think that it's really, really good. Sorry, I don't want to like I think that there's a lot of I think that there's a lot of people going to college for things that don't necessarily need that you don't need to go to college for. I just don't think it's right for everybody. I think that's my big rant. I learned a lot in it. Trust me. I worked at a university too, so I know for sure. Okay, let's see. But I think that a lot of times for a really specific result, an online course is just, I just love. I've learned so much through the online courses I've taken. I love Savvy Tech. I signed up last month. Yay on Instagram management. I know I'm super excited for that. I know we have some questions down here. Let's see. Rhonda is awesome. I agree. Okay. Does the webinar course give a walkthrough for multiple applications or only one platform? So currently we don't have like, we have not added like a webinar jam or any of those. We teach you how to do, we actually teach you like the cheapest way to do it. So you don't have to buy one of those platforms. Right now, what we teach is how to do like a YouTube live and embed it onto like a WordPress page or a lead page, which is actually what I'm doing right now for this webinar. So that's the way that I love to do webinars because it's, you don't have to invest in the expensive software, but that's something that we definitely want to do eventually. But that's what that specific webinar course is. We also talk about like, the layout of a webinar and like how to make a good webinar, that kind of thing. Rhonda has a great personality. Oh, I'm so glad you guys like the training. Okay. Um, okay, sorry. The $37 one time or monthly. Okay, so that is the, oh gosh, now I'm trying to remember which one it was. I believe that it's monthly. I'll double check, but if it's not, I'll go in and change it to monthly. So, yeah, I believe it's the 37. It would be $37. So $10 off every month. So you get it for 37. Do you have access to all courses in your monthly subscription? Yep. So you get immediate access to all of those courses. Facebook groups, I want to recruit from there, but there's some are vigilant on anything that looks like self-promotion. How do you get around it? So, Facebook groups are changing a lot. The best way that I have found to be really effective in marketing inside of Facebook groups is to be really, really helpful. So when somebody asks a question, what I'll do is I won't just respond with like, hey, I do this as a service or blah, blah, blah. I'll respond with a Loom video. So use loom.com. I will respond and be like, hey, here's a quick video I shot to answer your question. And I literally will shoot a 5-minute video that answers their question for them, and that blows them away. So again, I think it's just being really, really helpful. And that at least in Facebook groups. What can I do to go above and beyond? That is always my question when it comes to getting clients. Always feel like I'm not ready. I get stuck in training mode and never feel like I know enough or what to charge to start with. I understand that. Pricing wise, I usually just tell people if you haven't gotten a client yet, start at $25 an hour. I know that's really just across the board, whatever, but just go ahead and start at that rate. Get your first client at $25 an hour and then raise your rates every single. So you can start with just general admin services if that's what you know. Don't wait until you know all the things before you start getting clients. You're going to learn so much just by starting to work with people. A lot of times clients will already have systems that they're using that they'll train you on. I mean, I knew none of these services. I knew none of these tech. I wish I had Savvy Tech when I was first starting out in my business because I didn't know any of it. But the more clients I worked with, the more that I took courses, the more that I got into it, I learned more. So my biggest recommendation is just choose an hourly rate, start now. Let's see. I'm just starting out as VA. I have been an office manager for years. Would you suggest working for an existing VA or jump into my own business? Your own business, of course. I mean, you can definitely subcontract. You're not going to make as much money. It can be a good way to get your feet wet. But I'd go ahead and at least start the business building basics of of doing that. I'm a veteran, so I got my college for free. I love that. I actually worked at an online university, so I got at least my bachelor's and master's for free. That's so cool. They paid for my school and they paid me to go, so it's a win-win. So cool. Are all VAs on 1099s? Good question. So yes, unless if somebody hires you as an employee. So then the title virtual assistant is probably not a very fitting title. But more and more people, especially so as your business grows, as businesses grow, it's more beneficial for them eventually to hire you full time. So if you're working 30 hours for somebody, you should be their employee. That starts to cross into the lines of am I a contractor or am I an employee? So at a certain point, it starts to benefit business owners more to hire employees. I'm personally not opposed to working as an employee for somebody. I was an employee for, I feel like I should just take this off and talk to you guys. virtualsavvy.com/savvytech if you want Savvy Tech. Let me go back to this real quick. Give me a moment. There we go. Hey, where's my screen? There I am. Oh, my hair's crazy. Okay. So, I was an employee for Upwork actually, when I was like getting started in my VA business, and they needed somebody to do content. And I started out as a contractor, and they were like, "Hey, will you become an employee?" I was still part-time. I was still remote. But as long as they didn't if they weren't giving me full-time hours, which I wasn't, I was part-time working for them. As long as they didn't make me sign anything that was like saying I couldn't work for anybody else, I didn't mind being an employee. It was kind of nice to go ahead and have my taxes already taken out, get a paycheck, all of that. If I wanted to, I could eventually have like health benefits through them. So I think that I'm okay with people. People are like, oh, this is an employee position. This is terrible that you want an employee. I'm like, it's not bad to be an employee. I just think that you have to like know that there's some benefits and disadvantages to that, and just really, really know what kind of job you're getting into. If they're going to make you sign that you're like, won't work for anybody else, that's when I'm kind of like, oh, unless if you're going to pay me really good money and I'm going to work for you 40 hours, or it's going to be like a full-time job, I'm usually not willing to sign something like that. I'm like, this probably isn't going to be a good fit. So that's just my personal opinion. Is ClickFunnels one of the courses? ClickFunnels is coming this summer, coming at you, but it's not currently in there yet. We had one new course every month, so we kind of just pick the ones that we see people asking for the most. So we started hearing people asking for ClickFunnels, so it's coming. I think the order is, don't hold me to this, but I know for sure Instagram and Tailwind is coming next month. That one's like almost already done. Tailwind that's a cool thing, is that a lot of times, sometimes it's us doing the trainings. Sometimes we have experts. We pay experts to come in and do the trainings. Sometimes it's actually the companies themselves that provide the training. So like Tailwind is actually providing the Tailwind training. And then they're going to come in and answer questions about like Instagram management and Tailwind. So that's really cool. We've been able to partner with a lot of these companies. A lot of them have even given us like sandbox access. So like Entreport and Infusionsoft, like it's really expensive to use those programs. So they've given us the ability for you to go in and have kind of like a mock account so you can actually practice those. So we partner with these tech companies to actually make sure that you guys are getting longer trials. Like I think ConvertKit, you normally get like a 30-day trial, but with us you get like a 60-day or so. I don't remember exactly, but it's like a longer trial because we partner with these companies to give you the best training on tech for those. So it's pretty cool. But we have MailChimp coming. I know ClickFunnels is sometime this summer. Sandbox. I just answered that coupon. That question. The coupon code was Memorial Day 2018. All one word. Memorial Day 2018. How do we know if we're the first 15? If that coupon code still works, you're one of the first 15. Okay. So if it still works, it should still be working. Am I getting close? So if that still works, then we've set it up to be able to be used 15 times. All right, cool. All right, thank you guys so much. With Facebook groups, they have a promote your business day or post for the group. Yeah, most do have that. I just enrolled in Savvy Tech. Yay, Pam, I'm so excited. I just did it. I enrolled. Yay, Carrie. Woohoo. Awesome. What would you suggest as the first or main courses to take in order to offer general VA services? So if you're just starting out in your business, guys, we have the boot camp. Honestly, that's if you're like, I need help with the business setup side of things, the VA bootcamp is the best thing. We launch again in July. So that may be something worth going ahead and starting to save up for. We've had over 400 students go through the program. It's phenomenal. People are quitting their jobs, making full-time incomes as virtual assistants. And we show you how to do that just with general admin services. So that's like, basically those are the two things that I sell. Like, I mean, this is my business, right? I sell, like teach people how to become virtual assistants. It's what I'm passionate about. I love helping people find work from home work, like how to make money with their kids or with, while traveling or being able to quit their 9 to 5. It's why I do this. I love it. But the two things that I offer are, one, the VA Bootcamp, which launches twice a year. And so our next live launch is in January. And that's like the everything, like the legalities. What are my packages? What are my services? What do I price? Like, how do I build a website? How do I come up with a marketing plan? All of that is in the VA Bootcamp. And that's using this general admin skills that you already know how to do. So we like go over what some of those general admin skills are. And then Savvy Tech is for those who want to up level, who want to learn more tech, who want just like a back pocket resource. That is what that is. So those are the two programs that we really offer. Yeah. Thank you, Pam. You have to try and see if the code works. You probably can't watch the chat and figure out how many are left at the discounted rate. This is true. Thank you. Savvy Tech sounds amazing. It is. I forgot to mention this. We have a 7-day money back guarantee as well. So if you purchase and you're not happy in the first 7 days, you can get your money back. I don't know if the code works. The code worked if it went from $47 down to $37, or it's $10 off, whichever, if you choose the monthly or the annual, it's going to take $10 off of it. Okay. I'm in. Thanks, Abby. All righty. I'm going to share this with my daughter. Yay. Is it cancel? Yep. Savvy Tech is cancel anytime. So literally you can be like, man, all I really want is that Infusionsoft course. So you can come in, pay the $47, cancel before your next 30 days. So you'll get billed. So if you join today, the 24th, then you would get billed on the 24th next month. So you just cancel before that. And you would only pay $47 for access to 26 courses now. When we get the bonuses, so the bonuses will be delivered as soon as you purchase. So check your email. The one live masterclass is the only thing that's being scheduled in the future because it's live. So we're going to let you guys know the date and time of that. What does your shirt say? It looks like it may be something cute. Does typing count as cardio? This is one of our virtual savvy shirts, guys. You guys didn't know we do sell shirts too. I guess I forgot about that. The virtualsavvy.com/store. We have shirts and they're awesome. We have just typing count as cardio. We have tacos and Trello are all I need. I literally don't make like any money off these shirts. I just think they're really cute. And so I made them for you guys. And I made them for me so I could order them myself. Woohoo. Hi, Abby. I work with youth in foster care, 1 out of 5 in homelessness, and many are unemployed. Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. Okay, like legit, we bought this house so we could have a foster care kid. I'm like really, we want to house a teen mom. That's one of our goals. Eventually, I'm really passionate about that. So yes, let's chat. Hit me up via email. All right, you guys are awesome. Here we go. Carrie, somebody must probably canceled their $47 a month. They were already a member of Savvy Tech. So they canceled and joined at $37. That's cool. You're one of the first 15 people. All right. Well, you guys can try that code, Memorial Day 2018. And if not, guys, this is still the time to buy Savvy Tech because, like I said, those two bonuses that are happening that are going to expire Monday at 11:59 p.m. Central Time, Monday the 28th, end of the day, Memorial Day. Those bonuses are so good. They're so good. If you guys have any questions, make sure that you hit us up. hello@thevirtualsavvy.com. I hope that you enjoyed this training. These are always so fun for me to do. I love doing webinars, just a chance to get to hang out with you guys. So I hope you enjoyed it and have a good one. Bye.